So one of the most common components of a WordPress theme is the sidebar widget area. And in this video, we're going to learn a few WordPress functions to help us build that widget area. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing we need to do is create a new file, and we're going to save it as sidebar.php. And you have to name it that, otherwise the get sidebar function won't work. And I'm going to cut out this markup here, and I'm going to replace it with get sidebar, and I'll save that. And in my file, I'll just paste what I just cut from the other. Oops. And we'll just add some text here to test it. Make sure I have this saved. I'm going to go back and refresh. And there you'll see the random text that I added, which means our get sidebar function is working correctly. The next thing we need to do is make this sidebar dynamic, meaning we'll need to be able to actually use widgets in this sidebar area. Before we can do that, we need to open up functions.php and actually register a sidebar area. And to do that, you need to use the register underscore sidebar function. And because I'm using a code completion plugin for Sublime, you see I have all these options. I'm not going to worry about all of them for now. In fact, I'm going to take out class, and I'm going to take out this right here. We'll add that in later. For now, I just want to show you how to actually set up the widget. Instead of a sidebar name, we're going to call ours default sidebar. And in this area, we need to put bootstrap-blog. That's our theme slug, or text domain. And for the ID, which is important to remember, we'll just call it default sidebar. And I'll show you why when we use the next function. For the description, this is the default sidebar. Let me zoom in. And instead of a list item, we want to replace, we want to wrap our widgets with a div. And let's go ahead and match what the Bootstrap blog theme uses for its class and its sidebar module. There we go. Looks like we use H4 for our title, so we'll change these H2 to H4. And I'll go ahead and just hyphenate that. Okay, that's correct. That should be it. I'm going to go ahead and save this and switch back to the front end. When I hover over this menu item, you don't see an option for widgets. But after I reload, you should see it there. There we go. Under Appearance. And you'll see the sidebar that we just set up. Let's go ahead and drag a widget to the sidebar. I'll just put in test. This is a test. We'll just do that for fun. When we look at the front end of the site, we still won't see. Looks like I need to remove that. We still won't see the widget we added because we still have one more function to go. That function is going to be the, oh, I guess I forgot to save it. Anyway, that function is going to be the dynamic sidebar function. Now, what we need to pass here is actually the ID of the sidebar that we just created. In our case, default sidebar. And save that. And if you ever forget, you can just come back and check here. And when I save this, you should see the widget that we just created. There we go. If we inspect it, you'll see that it has the sidebar module class, just like the others. And it has the H4, also like the others. And the div with the text widget. This is a test. So that's how you register a sidebar and use it. In the next video, what we'll do is we'll register another sidebar area for the footer, and we'll also go over these settings a little more in depth. Thanks for watching.